Well, first of all, congratulations. Can we get your reaction to the news?
A bit surprised and a wee bit embarrassed as well. Obviously, there's an awful lot of people done a lot of work. I don't really know what the process is or what they have to go through, but for everybody that made a contribution and maybe even had to tell one or two untruths about myself, to get it this far and to come out and be getting the accolade of what's been awarded is very humbling, but it's a great reflection on every part of your life, when you were young, growing up with your mum and dad, and the way that they set you up and the morals and the ethics and the way to behave that they did. And then you move on to your own family through the footballing family as well. And I've just been fortunate that I've come across an awful lot of great people when I played football. We played when it was the two most successful clubs in British football at the time. When obviously with the charity as well, with Marina in later years, that's been fantastically well received. But it's the same reason that everything that has been successful is because there's a lot of other people made a huge contribution, and if we've helped somebody, then I think that's what we're supposed to do.
I think people are always interested in how and when you found out. Is there anything you can tell us about that? Was it opening a letter? Can you remember where you were, who you were with?
There was a letter came through the door, and I went and I opened it. Never opened it. I looked at it. It was brown. I thought, another tax bill here. And I saw a wee bit of that didn't look like tax. I thought that must be something important here. So I started to open it, and I saw something about a magic. I went, oh. So I went to Marina. I said, Marina, we'll open this together. I don't know what this is. So when we opened it, that was the news. And as I say, I don't know what I did. I wouldn't know what you're supposed to do, but it was very humbling, and I hope that the people who have come across it in whatever way throughout my life are sharing in this, because they'll all have made a contribution, and they're more so than the football clubs and the family.
I think it's quite clear for anyone who knows you, you have pillars in your life, and probably the central pillar is the family. You've just mentioned you were with Marina there when finding out the news. Marina specifically, but the wider Dalglish family, how proud are you for them for this moment and this news?
Well, for all of them, really. Obviously the grandkids, they might not quite understand what's going on. A bit like myself, actually. I don't really understand what's going on, but for Marina, it's fantastic credit to her, because she's been there for 40 odd years, and she set up a charity which has been hugely successful and rewarding for people less fortunate than themselves, for all the kids. I'm sure they'll enjoy the stuff as well. My sister Carol. So, I mean, it is. We're very proud that we've been given this accolade. But as I say, I don't think it will change our lives much. It's no effect to us anyway in the way that we think.
Are you as proud of the charity work done in Marina's name and in the Dalglish name as maybe any trophy won as a player or a manager, any personal achievement on a football pitch? You do talk about the work Marina's done a lot because of how much good it's done. You must be so immensely proud that what you achieved then has allowed this to happen.
Yeah, the charity has been fantastic, and all of the kids and obviously myself have been involved beside Marina. But she's certainly been the linchpin for moving it forward. It was her that suffered the illness, and as I say, we wanted to say thanks to the people that looked after her, and they were magnificent in looking after her. I thought we might just have a game of golf, and they said we'd like to renovate the 5th floor of the hospital into a chemotherapy centre. So I said, oh, I think that will be a wee bit more than a game of golf then. And it just, from there, the support we've had in and around the city and for other people has been fantastic. So it is great what Marina's done, and she should be really proud of that as well. And probably she's done more than what I've done in my life. I mean, what we did in the football was something that you set out to do when you were a young boy, and to be rewarded in this manner for that, it's a wee bit embarrassing, I think, really.
Would you hope that maybe some of the causes you've both supported will get some reflected glory from this today, that maybe people will spend a bit of time to go and have a look at what the charity supports, and maybe they get some reflected publicity off the back of this?
Well, obviously we weren't doing anything for publicity, we're doing it for the benefit of other people, but if there is some benefit to the charity through this and because of this, then it's thoroughly deserved and it'll be totally welcomed.
Another big pillar in your life, undoubtedly, is football. Before we look specifically at Liverpool or other clubs, football itself, when you look back, does it blow your mind that the game's given you the opportunities you've had from probably someone at the start of it just enjoyed it for what it was and everything that's come since?
Oh, you're very fortunate. I was very fortunate that my dad loved football, took me to the games as it was in those days, probably still is now, maybe no as much as it was then, and your dad took you to the matches and you got involved in football, you played with your school team, your amateur team, and you developed and you got great support from my mum and dad, and it just carried on from there. You keep making progress and you play for Glasgow schools, Scottish schools, and then it comes a bit where you're going to be a professional, which is just as well because the results at school weren't great, but so we go into professional football, and at that time I couldn't have gone to a better place than Celtic because they just won the European Cup. Jock Stein was there, who was a fantastic manager, and then stayed there, developed there, and came down to Liverpool at 26. And to work with a team that just won the European Cup was fantastic for me, and the two cities were very, very similar, a great deal in common, and we came and we were made to feel really welcome right from the off. So for us it was, or for me, I went out to play football because it was what I loved doing, and to be a success at it is enough reward rather than getting external accolades. But as I say, we've got the people who have been in and around us. I hope they enjoy the moment because they've all made a contribution. Even if somebody said something that you disagreed with or you didn't think was correct, it's still a contribution, isn't it?
How integral has Liverpool Football Club been to you and the family and your life?
I've said before that the football club has given me a lot more than I could ever have given them. So the people at Liverpool were fantastic to welcome us here, and for the whole family to be made to feel welcome and part of it and accepted. It's very easy to settle down and be part and be successful, because the happier you are outside of your work, the better chance you have of being successful. So for me, the reception we got when we came and the way that people have taken us to their hearts has been very, very helpful indeed. The football club is a magnificent institution anyway, and it's really, really important. And I think that's why we really enjoyed it here, because the same ethics as ourselves and the same morals. Everybody's important. Everybody's important, and the supporters of the role to play, the same as the office staff and directors, players, and there's nobody more important than anybody else, because if everybody works together, you've got a better chance of being successful, and that's all that we've ever tried to do.
I think Liverpool's home, but Glasgow and Scotland, huge part of your life as well. You must feel quite a proud Scot today as well in receiving this award.
Well, obviously we've been down here longer than I lived in Glasgow. I'm very proud to be a Glaswegian, as Marina is as well, and a couple of kids are Scottish. So for us, it's not about where you're born, it's about the people around about you. And the people around about us here have been fantastically supportive to each and every one of us. So the people at Celtic were hugely helpful. It was a great football club, and you're indebted to them because they set you off on your way. And if it hadn't been for Celtic Football Club, Big Jock and the staff up there, then I wouldn't have been here. I'd been a joiner or something.
I mean, you've mentioned Celtic, we've mentioned Scotland, we've mentioned Liverpool, but the Blackburn Rovers, Newcastle, roles in the dugout as well as on the football pitch itself. I'm sure they'll feel just proud themselves today with this. It's been quite a story, hasn't it? Really, you've touched different parts of the country.
Well, they should be. The people at Blackburn should be proud of this, because I'm sure that's made a contribution. It certainly made a huge contribution in my footballing career. Jack Walker, unfortunately, is no longer here, but the people at Blackburn, I hope they share in this, and at Newcastle, and then went back to Celtic for a year and came back to Liverpool. So for me, everywhere I've been, I hope the people who have been involved there and come into contact with me can share in the announcement today.
There's some huge figures in your life and career who were also national figures that didn't receive this recognition. Are you thinking of them today as well when you hear this news?
Well, I played under Jock Stein, right? I played under Bob Paisley, and I'm not trying to kid myself on that I was better in any way, shape or form than what they were. I'm not going to get into a discussion about whether it's right or wrong. I'm just eternally grateful that somebody in their wisdom has chosen myself and our family to have received this accolade.
Final two things. A message for the people. A process like this, inevitably, people put you forward, people nominate you. It'd be no surprise to anyone who knows you to know that you'd be the last person to put yourself forward for it. Have you got any sort of message to the people who've been involved in this, who've thought so highly of you to go through what is quite a complicated process?
Well, I don't know how the process works, but for anybody that thought I was worthy of this, we're eternally grateful to them for thinking in that way, shape or form. And for me, if they thought I was worthy of it, then they've been successful. Other people can judge the merits or otherwise, but it's been done because what we've done in sport, and what we've done helping the community. And for me, it's no anything about what your beliefs are or what you're standing for. I'm not fighting for a cause. The families only try to help people less fortunate than ourselves. And I really enjoyed the work that I did playing football. So we're no out to make a statement. We'd just like to say from the bottom of our hearts how grateful we are for the people who did any work whatsoever and helped us get this award.
And very finally, brilliant film out on you recently that sort of sums up how you are known, simply called Kenny. It's now going to be Sir Kenny. Has that sunk in at all, or is that something that will be... will you greet that with the typical humour that you do everything else? Have you thought about it yet?
Well, I'll still have to take the bins out. All right? We'll still be the same as what we were before, and we'll continue to do what got us this far and the way forward. It's a great honour for our family to have this, and it's a great honour for everybody that's made a contribution towards this day. So it will not make any difference to myself, I don't think. Well, no, I don't think. I know it won't make any difference to myself, and it won't make any difference to the family. They'll still give me verbals if I deserve it, and they've all made a fantastic contribution, so they can be very proud of what's happened, and the fact that you've done it because the kids have grown up so well and done well. It makes it easier for you to go to your work, and if you've got a good lady at home who's looking after your kids, then that is a real bonus and a great help. And Marina should be really proud of the 4 children that she's brought up, because I don't think I did much to contribute.